in a seated position, whether that's kneeling, whether that's legs crossed, legs out in front, whichever feels comfortable for you. I'm just going to start with a little bit of breath work called our Kalabati breath work, and this is going to help us to start to feel energized so we can start to awaken the body for a great day ahead. So we're going to be breathing in halfway, and we're going to start to contract into the lungs as we're breathing out. So we're taking a short half inhale, and we're contracting, pushing out the lungs. Start to find your own pace. We're going to do around 20 rounds, and then we're going to take a slow inhale, and we're going to hold the breath for around 20 seconds. If this gets too much, release the breath, take it at your own pace. If you fall off, slowly find your way back in. So when you're ready, let's give it a go. We're going to inhale halfway. Inhale. Hold. And whenever you're ready, start to release. We're going to go straight in for round two, so inhale halfway. Inhale. Hold. Whenever you feel ready, start to release. Let's go straight for our last round. Breathing in halfway. Inhale. Hold. Whenever you feel ready, start to release. And we're going to, in our own time, find our way into our tabletop position. And we're going to come straight in for some cat and cow. So maybe see if you can keep the toes tucked, keep the hips stacked on top of the knees, shoulders stacked on top of the wrists, fingertips spread nice and wide. So we're going to inhale, start to drop the belly, take the gaze forward. As we exhale, we're starting to push our hands into the floor, start to round through the spine, start to bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, start to drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine. We're here for a few breaths, for a few rounds, so take your own time. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come back through to center. We're going to start to hover the knees and just start to build that strength. Take a slow breath in. As we exhale, start to send the tailbone high. This is our first downward dog, so start to pedal out the legs. See if you can take the gaze in between the top of the legs. Maybe start to sway the hips. Just check in, notice how the body's feeling. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling. Keep pushing the hands into the mat and sliding the mat away from the body. Checking the fingertips are spread nice and wide. We're going to hang out here for a few more breaths. You can maybe find some stillness, or maybe keep finding that free movement. When you're ready in your own time, let's take a breath in our stillness, breathing in. As we exhale, we're going to start to send the right heel high, start to bend at the right knee, find our scorpion tail. So we're opening into that right hip. We're squaring the right shoulder back towards the mat and we're flexing into the right toes. We're taking one more breath here. And as we inhale, we're coming onto the left tiptoes, hugging the right knee towards the nose and planting the right foot in between the hands. This is our runner's lunge. We're going to inhale, Squeeze the thighs into one another and press into the ball of the front foot as we start to find our way into our crescent lunge. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Start to notice this area around the left hip flexors starting to lengthen into those muscles. We're taking one more breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to twist over to the right and take the gaze towards that back hand. So we're finding that nice twist through the thoracic spine. Taking one more breath. As we exhale, coming back through to center. We're going to plant the hands. We're going to step the right foot back and arrive into our plank position. And as we exhale, we're going to take a vinyasa here, maybe knees, chin and chest, or lowering the full body towards the mat. We're going to inhale, find our cobra. As we exhale, maybe pass through child's pose, or maybe tuck the toes and take the tailbone high. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Let's take a slow breath in here. Slow breath out. On the next inhale, let's take the left heel high. Bend it into the left knee, scorpion tail. Keep stacking that left hip on top of the right. Keep sliding the hands away from the body. Let's take one more breath. As we inhale, coming onto the right tiptoes, let's hug the left knee towards the nose. Plant the left foot. Squeeze the thighs together, engage the core. Start to find our crescent lunge. Let's take a few breaths. Just rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Starting to squeeze into that back leg. Squeezing into the right glutes. Let's take one more breath. As we exhale, let's open out to the left. Maybe take the gaze towards that left hand. Twisting through the spine. Taking one more breath. As we exhale, let's come back through to center. We're going to plant the hands. We're going to step the left foot back and take another vinyasa. Maybe knees, chin and chest, or maybe lower the full body towards the mat. As we inhale, start to find our cobra. As we exhale, maybe pass through child's pose. Or maybe head straight to downward facing dog, whichever feels good. We're all going to meet there. And we're just going to take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. As we inhale, come onto the tiptoes. Start to walk the feet towards the hands. And let's take our ragdoll to check the feet are hip width apart. Take a deep bend into the knees. Maybe take hold of the elbows. Maybe start to create that free movement. I'm going to take one more breath. And as we exhale, release the arms, bend into the knees. We're going to slowly start to rise, nice and slow, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. And let's just take a moment. Let's find our mountain posture. Let's take a slow breath in. Slow breath out. We're going to come into a standing side stretch. So we're going to make sure the feet are hip width apart. And we're going to inhale, take the arms overhead. We're going to clasp the hands and start to send the index and the thumb towards the ceiling. Check the shoulders are away from the ears. We're going to take a slow breath in. Reach the fingertips high, and as we exhale, send the hips to the right and the fingertips over to the left. Find that nice lateral side stretch. Inhale back through to center. Reach the fingertips high. Exhale. Let's head over to the left. Inhale back through to center. And when you're ready, we're finding our way back to our mountain posture at the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath. Breath out. When you're ready, we're going to step our right foot back. We're going to find our warrior one feet. So we want our back foot around 45 degrees. We want to bend into the front knee. And we're squaring the hips off to the front of the space. We're going to take a slow inhale here. Take the arms overhead. And see if we can start to tuck the ribs in. We're taking 2 more breaths here. So we're really stretching into that back leg. We're building the strength to the front knee, front ankle. Let's take one more breath, breathing in. Exhale, let's step to the top of the mat. Let's go on the opposite side, so stepping the left foot back. Finding our warrior one feet, taking your time. Maybe see if you can get the heels aligned with each other, or if the hips are feeling slightly tight. Step the left foot towards the outer edge of the mat slightly, wherever you are. Start to inhale, take the arms overhead. Keep pulling back on this right hip. Start to really nip those ribs in. We're taking 2 more breaths here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last breath. As we exhale nice and slow, let's head towards the top of the mat. Back to our mountain posture. We're going to inhale, take the arms overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to dive into a forward fold, bringing the chin towards the chest. We're going to inhale, find that halfway lift. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly lower the hips towards the mat. Find in your own way. We're going to take the legs out in front of us. I'm going to face this way. And we're going to come into a seated forward fold. So we're going to inhale, reach the fingertips high. And as we exhale, we're going to lead with the belly button as we start to fold over the legs. We're flexing the toes towards the body and we're sending the heels towards the front of the space. We're just allowing the arms to relax on the floor. And just take a few breaths, breathing into the belly, filling into the lungs. Exhale, start to empty out the belly. We're taking 2 more breaths here, breathing in. Breathing out. Last breath, breathing in. As we exhale, we're going to slowly start to roll up through the spine. Nice and slow. We're going to bring the right foot in. We're going to step the right foot over the left thigh. We're going to either take the left arm and hug that right thigh, take the right hands behind us. Or you can maybe inhale, take the left arm up and start to hook the left elbow. Use the arm to lift through the spine and take the gaze towards the back of the space. So we're finding that nice twist. You may start to feel that stretch into the right glutes, to the right outer hip. Really twisting through the thoracic spine, nice micro movements. Let's take 1 more breath here, breathing in. As we exhale, start to take the gaze towards the front, wherever you are. Start to unhook that left arm, unhook the right leg. Send the right leg away. We're going to go on the opposite side to start to bring the left leg in. Take the left foot over that right thigh. Either hug the left knee, take the left hands behind us, or maybe take the right arm up. Start to twist and hook that right elbow. Use it to lift through the spine. Start to take the gaze over that back shoulder. Keep flexing the right toes. Really feel as though we're rinsing through the spine here. We're taking 2 more breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Last breath, breathing in, breathing out. And when you're ready in your own time, start to gaze towards the front, start to unhook the right arm, unhook the left leg, start to send the left leg away. We're now going to slowly find our way to lying on our backs. So maybe just planting the feet, taking hold of the backs of the thighs and slowly start to roll nice and slow down the spine. We're going to bring the knees into the chest, take the arms out to the side, and we're going to take that left leg over the right thigh. We're going to allow the knees to fall over to the right and start to take the gaze over to the left. So we're finding that nice spinal twist again. Taking a few breaths here, finding the diaphragmatic breathing as we take a slow breath into the lungs and start to empty out the lungs. Maybe closing down the eyes. Let's take 1 more breath. We exhale nice and slow, bring the knees back through to center. We're going to uncross the left leg. And we're now going to take the right leg on top of the left. Slowly start to lower the knees over to the left side of the space. And start to take the gaze towards the right. We're here for 3 breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last breath. And as we exhale nice and slow, start to bring the knees back through to center. We're going to unhook the right leg, start to bring the knees into the chest, hug the shins. Gently just start to rock from side to side. We're going to finish in our Shavasana for a last minute or so. So start to extend the feet towards the top corners of the mat. Start to allow the arms to fall away from the body. Any small movements you need to take now is your time. Let's spend our last minute here.